Yep, you read the title right. I no longer have the van. I was with my two friends. We were driving down to Dover. Gonna go to Belgium just for the weekend. And yeah, this happened. Whoa. 20 minutes from Dover, there was a massive explosion in the engine bay. Although the camera didn't really pick it up that well, it was just the dash cam. Pulled over to the side of the road, got out, obviously smoke coming out the bonnet, oil all over the floor, there's a trail of oil down the road. I was absolutely gutted, devastated. One of the conrods had broken, and that just literally ripped straight through the side of the engine block, which means there was no repair in that. I managed to thankfully find an engine for a really decent price on the SHPOCK app. The guy was awesome, you know. I was so relieved to be able to see that as from a genuine seller. So I was very trusting that this engine was as he said it was. So once I got home, over the next few days, I cleaned up this engine I'd bought and it was time to start it up. But it didn't. It just kept turning over and over and over. And it sounded really weird. It didn't sound like there was very much compression in there at all. The smoke that came out the exhaust, it was just terrible. So I was a little bit suspicious at this point because I'd already replaced an engine in this van before, so I know what I'm doing. Now I contacted the guy and he reassured me, no, mate, that's fine. The engine is absolutely solid. It sounds like you've got a blocked exhaust. You know, it sounds like that van needs a good run down the motorway. Bells start ringing in my head then. But nonetheless, I persevered. I kept on over the next few days. I almost have a punch up with my neighbour. All the smoke was coming out and he just flipped out. He was like, you're killing us, you're choking us. Reached into the van, whipped the door open and took the key out. And then I just had enough. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to have to take the head off this engine. I just have to find out if there's a problem with it. I'm pretty sure there is. Engine was completely not usable. And this was old damage. Now I text these pictures via SMS and by the SHPOCK app to the seller, and he texted me back on the SMS and he acknowledged. He was like, oh gosh, that's terrible, that's awful, mate. However, when it came to the SHPOCK app, he was like, nah, how do I know that's my engine that I sold you? That's someone else's. It was a completely different story. So I had to get SHPOCK involved. They were absolutely useless and powerless to be able to get me my money back. They just literally just kept saying the same old lines over and over again. Please work together to find a solution for this problem. And then the communication just completely stopped from both SHPOCK and the seller because the seller felt victimized and bullied, so he talked to his lawyer and stopped responding. That's what happens when you use the SHPOCK app, and not very good people in this world. Now during this time, about a month had elapsed. The MOT ran out on the van, and then when the MOT runs out, after a while, they automatically cancel the tax for some reason, I don't know why. And then you get a letter saying your vehicle was untaxed, which I don't understand because I was happily paying it, but they cancelled the payments. So anyway, which means I can't keep it on the road legally. I had no money because I hadn't been working. I had to just get rid of the van. But a van with no engine, it's essentially scrap value. So I had to sell it to a breaker's yard, and they came and they collected it, and off it went. And that was a sad, sad day. I salvaged as much of parts from it as I could, like solar panels. I sold that separately. But lost a lot of money and a lot of memories in that van. All because this one guy just scammed me. But it's not all doom and gloom. I've gone back to my old job now. Been saving up hard. And hopefully within the next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't know, I can get a new van. Not brand new, but a new used van. But 100% before I buy it, I'm going to literally check it inside and out, underneath. I don't care if it's raining, I'm going to roll under the floor and just check, make sure everything is 100% correct and working, because I just have lost trust in everyone and sellers and everything. I just don't understand how people can just lie and sleep well at night. Good news is I'm still around. I'm going to be making videos hopefully soon with a brand new van. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be the next video.